Welcome to Comfy Outfit number 2. So, I may make videos later. I'm not going to swear to it. The time is currently 5:30 in the afternoon. So, I have something to show you, but I had an idea. So I decided against actually making a training video with these weapons until after I get what I need done to them. You guys don't remember this, right? So I need to get my bro to drill a hole in here. So when I can wrap it with this 550 cord, I'm gonna be able to have I want to have a hook on it, so I can also attach a rope to it and fling it out and fling it back to add on to extra training. Because sometimes you have to make your own weapon. That's not gonna work. But you know. Oh, no, I hit Voltron. Let's move Voltron over there. In fact, let's close this drawer. Yeah. Anyway, so if you know anything about the rings, so I'm gonna be doing some more Fugulous New Age stuff, which is old age stuff. If you ever seen the Warriors of Virtue, I always wanted a giant hula hoop to fight through, so I've been practicing with hula hoops. So when this opportunity came, somebody had a wheelchair thing and it broke off their wheelchair. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get my bro to drill a hole through here, and then I'm gonna tape it. Well, I might tape it before I get the hole. I'll ask him. It would be a good idea to tape it before I get the hole through, and then to put the wrap on it, or I'll tape it in 4 spots. But I want to wrap the whole 550 cord around it. So there's that. And so once I get that done, I'm gonna have a whole new training method, including like hooking like my chain and stuff to it, so I can give you guys something new, thrilling, and my own unique style of martial arts added to it from a 50-year-old bum. Anyway, he scraped all the things off and smoothed it out pretty decent. So once I wrap it with the 550 cord, and once I get the hole drilled through, I'm going to be able to make sure that I have a loop in the hole. So I want to tape it, but I also want the loop. So put the loop through the hole, and that way I can hook any kind of thing I want to it. Like if I want to put a chain on it, I can put a chain on it, and then I can hook it and spin it around like the helicopter game when you were a child. Helicopter, helicopter, please come down. I can use it for like meteor hammer type stuff because I'm not good with a meteor hammer. But you can't miss this goddamn blasted thing coming at you as big as it is, coming right at you. So there's that. Now, I don't know if I showed you guys my walking tall stick number 2. So one day I was pissed at my mother and I went off and I kicked a tree and a different tree fell, and this thing was part of a big ass branch. So with all my might I swung and it broke. But then when it got to this size, I swung with all my might again on big thick trees and the bitch didn't break. So it was meant for me to keep it. So I'm going to get him to drill a hole in this end too. So I can put a rope in there so I can have extra shit to use as weapons. Now the thing about martial arts is sometimes you have to build your own weapon, because sometimes the standard bow staff, the standard nunchucks, the standard everything else will not do. And if you watch enough anime, you'll know that some of these masters and wizards of martial arts tend to have newfangled shit that you've never seen before. Now initially, I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to cut this thing in half and put it through here so I can have something that no one has ever seen before. But I went against that plan and decided I'll just have 2 weapons instead of one unique, strange weapon that I would have to learn how to master and explain. I can master the hoop, and I know enough about how to swing a chain around that I can put the hoop and the chain together. And and if worse comes to worse, I can get my bro Brandon to give me a braid thing, and I can hook 2 of the 2 rings that he's working on into the thing. So, I just wanted to make sure you guys seen this thing. It's a pretty big stick, So that's not on the ground. Okay. So from the ground, it's almost at my chest. It's actually at my chest. My chest is right here. So it's a pretty decent sized stick, and it's a thick stick. So I'm also got a 550 club to handle only, and I'm gonna probably tape that too. But I'm gonna talk to my bro before I do anything because he wants to do it this weekend if possible. So I will call him tomorrow and say, "Hey man, do you think should I put the tape on it before you drill the hole or after you drill the hole?" Now, any freaking how, because there's a hole right there, so I can just get him to drill through this hole, unless he can drill a bigger hole through this hole without damaging the thing. So that's the thing. And I will let him be the deciding factor on that because he might say, let me drill somewhere else just in case, because we don't want to press bad luck. But anyway, so as a martial artist, you learn standard weapons. You learn bow staffs, nunchucks, and all that other shit. But at some point, at some time, legends create their own weapons. And if you can create your own weapons and master them, then you know you have exceeded what most people have taken martial arts for in the first place. I have exceeded what most people take martial arts for in the first place, but I'll be honest with you, I don't really like weapons. I honestly, truly to God, don't like weapons because you can't walk around with them all fucking day long. Now, if I could walk around with them all day, I probably wouldn't have a problem with it. However, due to the skin tone in which I possess, I'm probably going to be looking for a lot of fucking trouble with police officers. Oh, you're walking around with this big ass stick. You're walking around with this circular doohickey. Now, it's going to cause problems. But walking around with these weapons, fist, forearms, elbows, knees, and your feet, is not too many people are going to suspect your body to be the weapon. Which is why also I emphasize that a weapon is only an advantage that can be taken from you versus your body. If I'm using your body against you, it's because I know what the fuck I'm doing. It's also because I know what your body is capable of doing to my body, and I want to make sure that shit doesn't happen. So therefore, I want to make sure you understand a simple comb can be a weapon in the right hands. No, and it can be. That's when you have to start learning about angles and shit. No. In the right angle, this thing is just as deadly as a fucking knife. But a lot of people don't teach you this shit because a lot of people don't know that shit. And a lot of old martial arts have either become a forbidden art or have just the people who knew them have died out. You know, it's the same thing like I tell you again with the bound fighting. A lot of the people that can teach you that shit have just died the fuck out. They don't have that in schools. You know. And anybody who can practice it, they're like older than me if they ever were taught it in the first place. But a lot of people don't go with stuff like that. Like if you do traditional capoeira, and I'm talking you go back like a century or so back, where the slaves had to fight with their hands and feet bound, then you'll understand how it's important to have bound fighting in your training regimen. But if you're just doing modern day capoeira, you're probably not going to have your hands bound. You're probably not going to do the Jenga with limitations and shit like that. But as of, modern day, no one does it. But if you go back and you look, it's like, okay, they were slaves. The slaves were rarely out of their chains. So you have to take that into account. Because a lot of people don't take that into account. And if I remember that we had this conversation or that I made this video, I will try to do the Jenga with my hands at least tied. I don't have a strap long enough to go from foot to foot, but you can probably do that if I had like I don't know what the fuck it's just called. It's like a bungee, but it's for your feet. But it's not like a bungee cord, but it's like a bungee cord. It's like some kind of elastic fabric, something or another that I can if I can buy enough of it and make an ankle thing so I can stretch it and go around one ankle and then have enough distance, like maybe 7 feet, so I can have another spot at it. But it'll be what it'll be. That being said, I won't promise you that I will make videos later tonight. So for right now, we have new weapons, and depending on the weather tomorrow, I will give these things a test drive. All right. There's not much you can really do with a club. I mean, there's really not much you can really do with a club. But this thing right here, we can do some Warriors of Virtue type stuff. Upper body only though, because my legs don't work like they used to. That being said, I'm Echo Fan Grey Wolf. This is Kung Fu Epic number 2, B, C, and U. Thanks for watching.